All right, so here's what I like about Amerant Bank Arena and what I don't like. What I don't like is the parking. The parking is just one level of parking rows. Sometimes you have to park on the other end. Sometimes you have to walk, a few blocks down from a certain place. And then there's a mall nearby too as well. So sometimes you might park there and you have to cross a street, and it's really, really not convenient. It's not every other place I've been that had decent public transportation was much better and had better parking as well. And Oriole Park too did its job. What I don't like about the arena is that the Bright Line doesn't go there. There's no light rail service nearby. It's literally a suburb. It's in Sunrise. It's not in Miami. It's not where the Heat play. It's not where the Metro movers are or any light rails or anything of the sort. But I'm telling you, this was it probably was a bad mistake to put them in Sunrise to begin with. But honestly, um I think that's probably the downfall is the transportation to get there and the parking. Now, what I do like about this facility are the sight lines. I like the sight lines. It's good. Not so good on the chairs though. I still think that being at Capital One Arena, it has the better seats, and Charlotte's facility was much better with its seating, with the actual seats. This, this facility is still showing its age a bit. I can tell back when it was called BB&T Arena, I believe, no, or was that, no, it's been called a lot of things, but, I say like 5, 6 years back, you could tell like the brown of the seats was not up to par. It still looked old for what it was. This is still a facility from the 90s, and it's in a place that you're still very far away from Miami and or Jacksonville or anything that's going to have a good public transit system, and that's also a little bit of the issue. But I could tell, like, um, as well, the walls that were not brand new. This is an old facility, relatively speaking, to NHL venues, and and I do think that the Panthers are going to need to rebuild somewhere, or they're going to need to move in with the Heat at some point. I just don't know when. I don't think this is the best facility in the NHL. This is this facility has seen two Stanley Cups being hoisted there, but doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be a good home for the 2030s. So I do think that in about maybe 10 years or so, you're going to see a new facility try and come up as well. You're going to want to see that come up. Let's see. I don't like the fact that it's cashless over there, but now that's more on what new facilities are doing and requirements and stuff. And and the food's decent too. And I do like the way where the shop is on the lower deck, but holy heck, it is a while to get up those escalators, and it can be overwhelming too. So there's that. Um, I do think that I do like the fact that it is focused on hockey specific, and you still don't have to worry about transitioning from basketball to hockey, even though that would still be more efficient just having everything in one building. But it does also lower the maintenance cost as well. I think now the outside facility, it reminds me a little bit of Joe Louis Arena, the one before Little Caesars in Detroit, because you are walking up so many flights of stairs. It is not at all like Capital One Arena. You go in and you get off the metro um, at Gallery Place, and then you just walk in, and boom, you're in the facility already. And and you're not walking up huge flights of stairs and parking so far away. Um, I like that about Capital One, but I don't like the fact that you have to walk up so many flights of stairs. And sometimes your section where you're sitting is on the other side of the facility, and it's not an efficient way to get in, too. Um, no garage parking, no multi-level parking. As well at Amerant Bank Arena. So that's one thing I don't like about it um, as well. I do think, and locations off. Um, Scoreboard is decent. Do like that. Do like the Jumbotron. Um, Food's all right. Ice cream is priced reasonably, but overall, I always when I could compare the two from years back to back, um, go to Amerant Bank Arena. I went to Amerant Bank Arena about the year or so prior, and then in October of 2025, I went with my friend to Capital One Arena to see the Senators. Bad game, still a decent venue. Um, Now, what was unfortunate about that part was the someone had spilled soda and it essentially was a sticky syrup and it was on the bottom of my shoe and I was like worried about tripping. So there's that. Also, the angle of how you are stepping up some of these steps, holy heck, it is, it is, it can be very steep. And I think that's, uh, I can't compare which one's worse on the incline, but you say that like it is a lot. Those steps are, oh, no, thank you. Like I will not go up there. And sometimes you can miss your section too as well. So you can take a wrong turn at both of these places. So just be careful of that. But yeah, I think I think Amerit Bank Arena is not the best, and I think the Panthers should move in with the Heat to have a decent transit system nearby where people can get off and walk. I also think that they need a newer facility. Now, prior to them moving into what was known at the time as the Office Depot Center, they actually did play at the Kia Center. I believe that's what it was called with the Heat. So they were at one point in the same building, and I think that maybe they need to go back to that. Um, and I lived, and if you live like 40 miles away or something like that, like good luck getting there, not getting into traffic. So that's another downside of it. Um, Good facility. I did have, um, it's still a good facility. I mean, I'll rate this as just like maybe a C on the grade scale. Lighting was decent, and but I'll definitely always prefer Capital One Arena over Amerant Bank Arena. So that'll do it for this little video. Let me know what you think, and peace out.